means I can go back to the streets, I can go in the wilderness, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You can try to oppress me, and if you do it in the wilderness, it's gonna be harder on your whole community. I know this is called being conquered. This is how it feels to be conquered, and you can't do nothing about it. Not the your gangsters can't do nothing about it. Your thugs, your killers, your mercenaries, ain't none of them can do nothing about it. Cause see, what happened was when hip hop took over your culture, because it pretty much did. You thought that we are all subject to these gangsters. Come on, that's part of it. If something takes over your culture, the people that run that culture, you feel like everyone is subject to them. I'm not subject to them. And now you know. In fact, people that rank high like me, look what they're doing. They go into Farrakhan every time they got problems, don't they? Let's talk about it, man. Every time these rappers got real big beefs between each other, who they running to? Who are they running to? Other gangsters? No, they're running to a higher authority, which is a spiritual authority. They're running to Farrakhan. Farrakhan's not running to them, is he? Let's understand chain of command. Let's understand the chain of command you have had without me. How about that? Let's understand the chain of command you've had this whole time. Well, you depended on Martin Luther King Jr. to lead you. You depended on Malcolm X to lead you. Now you depended on Farrakhan to lead you. And Al Sharpton to lead you. And Jesse Jackson to lead you. Let's look at the chain of command. Let's look at the history of the chain of command. Yeah, let's talk about it. Why you acting like I'm subject to you? Now you see what I'm saying. Imagine Al Sharpton being subject to thugs and gangsters. Imagine that. Imagine a Malcolm X being subject to thugs. I don't care how much money they got. Imagine that. Imagine Jesse Jackson being subject to some hoodlums or somebody that think they're Black Power. That's a joke. Imagine Martin Luther King Jr., if he was in his time, being subject to Black Panthers. Subject to Black Panthers now. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm telling you where it comes from. It comes from, you can't make this stuff up, man. If you didn't believe I was real in the past, you should believe it now, because real recognize real. There's no way you can make this kind of stuff up. You can't learn it anywhere. You can't study anything to be able to talk this fluently about something. Okay? So let's cut all this foolishness out. Okay? Now you see where I'm at. And I'm not asking you to be subject to me. In fact, half of these leaders never ask you to be subject to them. You ever heard Farrakhan really say, follow me and I'll lead you this way and I'll do this? You ain't never really heard him say that like that, have you? I haven't. I've listened to, this year makes 10 years I've been listening to Farrakhan. Steady. Pretty frequently throughout the years. For 10 years, I've been listening to Farrakhan. Just in case you think I'm a new jack to this situation. I'm a new jack to America in the perception that Black people have of America. I'm not a new jack to this situation, brother. I'm a new jack to your perception of me or your knowing of me. Well, let's put it like this. It's you knowing me that's the new jack. Well, you just now knowing me. So that knowing of me is what's new jack. I've been here. You acknowledging me is new jack. Imagine me being new jack. You can go check me out on Facebook and see how I was talking 10 years ago. And these cats out here talk about overnight politicians or overnight activists. Bro, what's overnight is you knowing me. That's what's overnight. And because I'm black, you should have an understanding that you may have not known me because of poverty, because I am in of a pit that belongs to the black man. It ain't because I didn't try. It's because the devil is real. And he tried everything he could to stop me from getting into your system, into your community. I did music. I went to the studio. I did music that would have been enough for someone to see that I have talent. Ain't nobody saying I don't have talent. So how come they can't see it when I got songs after songs and I done went to the studio and recorded a CD and I done sent it to people? Then that means we dealing with a higher level of evil. Let's be 100. And in these days, it's not like it used to be, where if you had talent, somebody would see that in you and they put you on instantly. They ain't jealous of you. They ain't jealous of your potential. In fact, they want to help you as much as they can. These days, these record companies, they have somebody else in mind. They go by whoever they feel like is next, whoever they love the most. That's who they want to go next. Not you, and you got more talent. But because that's their people, their day ones, or whatever they want to use, whatever word they want to use, they ride or dies, or day ones, whatever they want to use, they gonna put them before you, even though you got more talent. So to me, again, that's hood politics, ghetto politics, taking over the culture and even opportunities. Even opportunities. That's how bad the hood politics is in your community, is that it even takes over opportunities. I don't need your opportunity now. I'm with God. What you got to understand is me being with God, I get so much love from God. It just radiates into my life. It really does. And that's what keeps me going. His love covers the synthetic love you were supposed to give me anyway. It wasn't like they was going to give me their hearts. Black people giving people their hearts these days? I'm talking about giving you their heart. They ain't doing that already. So really, how deep is the love anyway? I mean, really, how much is the love anyway? I mean, that's why people still depressed and still getting high and drunk. I guess the love isn't enough, is it? I guess the love was never enough, huh? So why I need it? Explain to me why it's gonna hurt me when no one ever really had it. No one. You name one person that really had it. From the beginning to the end, they had folk. They had love from the community. So really, no one really has it, does they? Then I guess it's an illusion, isn't it? I know, an illusion to the person that's supposed to be receiving it. They think everybody loved them. Then why are we constantly losing the best rappers all the time? Guess it wasn't enough love, huh? I'm just being 100. So why I need that? I don't. I don't need that. And God's love is sufficient anyway. If I did need it as a human being, God's love is sufficient. So I'm just letting you know, I ain't depressed. I ain't worried about nothing because I can easily go back in prophet mode and be on the streets. I can easily go back into that. I'll be just fine. Because see, it's you that's worried about it. I can tell what your fears are by what you try to attack me with. Okay, so you try to take money, so your fear is not having money. Your fear is not having a place to stay. I don't have fears of that. I've been through it. Last year, I don't fear not having money. I don't fear not having a place to stay. So when you attack me with certain things, I know what you like. I know what you struggle with. If you're attacking me with pedophilia, then that means you struggle with it. Let's keep it 100. Because I'm not giving you any outward evidence that you should be going in that direction with me. So at some point, when you start using specific images, that means that's something that you desire and you struggle with. Now, it must be because it ain't coming from me. So it's coming from you. It's what you struggle with. It's your weaknesses. See, that's the thing about war. You don't understand. Like, see, if these are one of my this is one of my quotes. You know what hurts your enemy by what he attacks you with. You know what hurts your enemy by what he attacks you with. If he attacks you this way, he thinks that will hurt. That's what will hurt him. Okay, well, I wouldn't do something to someone that I didn't think was effective, and that effectiveness is most likely is going to be based on someone else's feeling that this is something that would destroy a person. This is something that would destroy a human being. It has to be. You're going to do something that you feel hurts, and that's based on you. That's based on your perception of what hurts. That's based on your perception of what damages or bring destruction. So I can tell what how you attack me, what would hurt you. That's the level I'm on, buddy. That's what I'm saying. So the American community has to accept this. You are going to fall. Okay? You played so long. You played with people and you did stuff so long and you just became arrogant in your American way positions, whether they be government or community, and you didn't think anything could affect your government and community. Now look at you. There is nothing certain in this country at this point. I tell you, the only thing that's certain is death. That's a fact. When you look around, you got mass shootings. You look around, you got monkeypox coming up, pulling up. You got COVID-19 pulling up constantly with different variants. You got people pushing people on the train tracks in New York. I mean, I don't understand how you can not think that it's going to not be nothing but death. Ain't nothing but death that is certain. And it happened in a matter of years, which means to me, I will conclude that America has stepped on somebody's toes. America has done something. As a spiritual person, I would think, because there's some things that's just happening to you. Some people say, "Oh well, COVID-19 has happened to the whole world." Well, what about these mass shootings all the time? What about monkeypox? Monkeypox is just was it popped up in America first. One of the first places it was at. Now, I'm not saying it was there literally first, but it was one of the first top 3 places in the world. Definitely in the top 10. So why you keep coming up as with misfortune? Because you got people playing in your society with the wrong people, and ain't nobody playing. It's just like if somebody played with Malcolm X. If Malcolm X is in this society. Now, is every person here going to play with Malcolm X? Probably not. But your country is going to suffer because of those who do play with the Malcolm X. You get it now? Do you get it now? And you would think, yeah, that person's high ranking enough for like a Malcolm X person, for everybody to suffer for playing with this person because this person is so great that it brings great repercussions. It's the same thing with me. You just haven't given me the greatness that I am. You play with a very high ranking person, and I don't care what group you come from. I don't care where you come from. Okay? I don't care what position you hold in your society. You play, it is certain things that's in the universe that is out of your control. There's certain things in the spiritual realm that is out of your control. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have and have accumulated. I don't care about that. I don't care about your powers in your society. I don't care about your authority in your society. It's outside of the ancient and future power of the spiritual realm and world. This spiritual world has been here way before America, and it will be here way after America. You have esteemed yourself as a country way more higher than you really are. You put yourself, you're not down to earth. And you know what down to earth means to me? Is that you are in sync with reality. And you just thought you could just do whatever you wanted to do. You just thought that it was all good. That tells me you're not down to earth. And you lose as a result. Now you're having to come down to earth because now you're having to shake out of these false realities and face the real reality of COVID-19 and monkeypox and these mass shootings that's happening all the time. All these kids being killed all the time. Now you're forced to come back down to earth. And there's some people head still in the clouds, still think you're doing something that you're not doing. Still living in some fake alter reality. All you hear me talking about is reality. While you think, oh, well, I don't believe in religion. Well, I can talk to people without talking about spirituality. I can talk to you and show you the destruction that's in your country, and it's inevitable for you to get around it. It ain't gonna stop. You got monkeypox, you got COVID-19. That's not spirituality. That's not a religion. I'm talking to you about that all the time. I'm telling you about these 44 states marrying these children. That's not a religion. So if you have been really listening, I incorporate real reality into everything I do. Everything I say, I'm incorporating real reality. I have the right balance between spirituality and reality. You lack on both sides. You lack spirituality, you lack a sense of reality. You lack both sides. So what that leaves you? Creating your own perception of reality and spirituality, creating your own alter realities, creating a whole, like a video game world. And that's why it explains why you have people running around like they do, because they don't have a sense of reality or spirituality, neither one. So that makes them like a video game, like Super Mario Brothers kind of character or something, like Sonic the Hedgehog, running around, running in circles, catching rings and stuff. Hey, you don't got a sense of reality. Because COVID-19 is reality, big baby. Go ask somebody that done lost their parents to it, and the parents ain't there no more in the house. Where do you think they at then? They abducted by aliens? So where are all the parents of these people that have died, these million people that are dead in your country? Where they at? Where are the dead million people? I have to be this real, man, because people act like they don't realize reality. You force people's hand to show you in a descriptive way what is going on. You got 1 million people dead. That's reality. Over 1 million people right now in the grave, right now. You got over 1 million people, their remains are underground. 6 feet underground right now. They still there. They're there, but they're dead. Their remains are still here in your soil, are on your soil, are within your country, but they're dead. You got 1 million bodies they're still here. They haven't all dried up. You got 1 million bodies here that's under the soil, and you still playing games. You know how much 1 million is in one place in one setting and time? For you people that don't have the capacity to imagine. Can you imagine 1 million people at one place? You know how much 1 million bodies look like? 1 million bodies now. Not 500 bodies. Not 1,000 bodies. 1 million bodies. You know how what that looks like? For all you gangsters and thugs and mercenaries and hitmen and mobs from different communities. You know what 1 million bodies look like? You ain't never put 1 million in the ground, have you? You've never done it, have you? You know what 1 million bodies look like? Playtime is over, man. I don't care what you claim. I don't care who you are. You got 1 million people dead. That's you know what that all includes? This for military. That includes those casualties are the numbers that is the all the war. It includes all the wars that you have ever fought here in America. That number is as big to include all the wars the casualties of the wars. You can include, in other words, all the casualties of all your wars here in America that you fought, and it still would not be over 1 million bodies. So guess what that means? COVID-19 casualties is more casualties than you have ever seen from all the wars combined. All the wars combined. They've been telling you that on the news. All the wars you fought, all those wars, all those casualties that you got, you have to include all of them, all the casualties. You have to include all casualties of the wars that you fought for America. To even have a number comparable, and it still ain't comparable to the casualties of COVID-19. That's for all the military. All wars combined, still not more casualties than the casualties of COVID-19. Still not more bodies than all the wars that you fought throughout the history of America. And you still got these little dumb fools around here playing like it's a game. Because what has happened is they have lost a sense of reality. They thought they could, in spirituality, both are important because, see, even for people that are not connected to God, there are people that have a sense of reality, or the spirit, or reality of spirituality, which they know that there are repercussions for what they do. They know that they will reap what they have sowed. They know that what goes around comes around. And you thought that was for me. No, that's for you. That is for you. That ain't for me. You can't make me suffer for something that you feel I should suffer for. It doesn't work like that. And it will never work like that. I could pick people that I could pick communities. I could pick sub communities within this country that I feel need to suffer. But if it's not so or correct with the spiritual world, then you're gonna be in trouble. That's what happened. You thought you was gonna make me suffer for something you feel I needed to suffer for, and God didn't feel that way. And that's why you're dying in the rate that you're dying. And now it's you that needs to suffer. And that's why you're suffering. See how it worked out? Now it's you that are in need of suffering real bad, all the way to totality, like I like to say. Not some people suffer, you totally suffer, which means everybody suffered in totality. Well, your culture knew about it, your community knew about it, and that's enough for everyone to suffer. Yeah, I know you didn't think I was worth it, but God thought I was worth it. And you died as a result. God felt I was worth it, and you died. Like I told you, you know, people say, well, this one person can just die. Well, because I'm spiritual, I can say, well, this one country can just die. Yeah, I know you're not a giant, so you don't think about countries. You think about people, one person. You think about individuals. I think about countries. And I can single you out. Here's the punchline. I can single you out as a country and feel like, well, the world would be better without America. I mean, they ain't got nothing but gangbangers, drugs, and killers and crazy people here. I mean, what's the need to feed these people? What's the need to even do anything for these people? Why? Why? Because what? We all are humans. There's humans all across the world. So, what does it mean? You being American to me, what does that mean? I see you as a human being, a quite disgusting human being, a quite abnormal, animalistic type of being, of a human being. Um, I don't see no real need for you to be here. You're killing your own kids. You all think you're rock stars and you're not. Well, you walk around like you're a rock star. You spend your last money on clothes. You spend all your money on clothes and shoes like you got somewhere to go. You ain't a rock star. I have never seen you on TV. I have never seen you at a concert on stage. So why are you living a lifestyle that you're not? Why you have this perception like you're some great special person in your society? That's how you know I'm not Americanized anymore, because I realize half of these people think they're rock stars. But you're not even as intellectual as one. You're not even as intelligent as one. You're not even as you don't even articulate yourself as one. So why you think you're one? I mean, at least have the goods. If you think you're a rock star, at least have the goods. But there's nothing there. And you got people running around here like they're rock stars. And that's the problem. You can't step on my shoes. I'm going to punch you. You know who I am? No, I don't know who you are. You're nobody to me. And this is the mentality that these Americans have. Like they're all rock stars. I didn't get my stuff on time. I didn't get my coffee on time. I didn't get my order on time. Everybody talking about Karens. The whole American community is a Karen to me. The whole thing. You're a whole Karen. The whole nation is a Karen. Look at them. Everywhere they go. Well, I'm not. I want my stuff. I didn't get my stuff on time. The whole country is a Karen. Black, white, all of them. You got black Karens too. Come on, you think only white women are Karens? Can't be serious. You ain't paying attention. Go into these stores and watch these people. Man, you got Karens of all. You got Mexican Karens. You got Asian Karens. You got Indian Karens. You got all types of Karens. And it's a mentality that, and here's the punchline. Whether you agree with that or not, the Karen mentality is from America. It's an American white, and it started as, well, most people see it as a white entitled American perspective. They just entitled to certain things, entitled to certain service, entitled to certain qualities of service. And most Americans feel that way. They feel like they go into a store, they're entitled for everything to go right, for everything to be totally professional. And sometimes it's just not like that. But you got people running around and they act entitled to all of these things, which makes them Karens as well. Watch people when they go in the stores. Watch how they act. If anything goes wrong, I'm not talking about obvious things going wrong. I'm talking about just the slightest of things going wrong. Watch the Karen and them come out. This whole community is a Karen. You complaining about how people treat you. How about how you treat yourselves? Black people complaining about how other black people treating them, and how other people treat them. But you're not. Look how you treat each other, though. Well, you're killing each other. I think, and I've always said this, and I'll say it again. Killing each other outranks racism. Killing black people outranks racism. What's worse, racism or somebody killing you? I mean, you can outlive somebody, racism. You can outlive somebody not liking you because you're black. You can't outlive somebody killing you because you're black. You can't outlive somebody killing you, period.